really enjoy this part of my life.
Some even said I even look even younger from before.
We have to challenge ourselves every day.
Well, you have another word. Business opportunity.
Yeah, that's also a challenge, you know.
Jesus. And he just carry across, run the whole marathon.
Pleasure and business can combine.
All right. That's like the perfect lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Crossover. I'm Ji Xiaojun.
Hello everyone, I'm Louisa Lee.
And today we'll be continuing our discussion of marathon. We'll continue running our marathon.
Yes, marathon has become such a popular and trendy sport here in China. And why is that?
I don't know. I mean, it's just happening. It seems everyone around us is running, not marathon necessarily,
running
but
in general.
running. Everyone is running. Once again, we'd like to share with you some video.
In the past 2 to 3 years, running marathons has become a lifestyle choice for many in China, especially the growing middle class. There's been a dramatic rise in the figures for both marathon events and runners. From 51 in 2014, the number of professionally organized marathons in cities across the country increased to 328 in 2016. That's almost one each day, involving more than 2.8 million participants.
从最早的4年前的50米，到今天的跑全程马拉松，我觉得跑步给我改变了我整个的生活。
心态会非常好，然后另外呢就是。获得了一个自律的生活。
跑步对我最大帮助就是除了身体健康之外，主要是这种愉快感会延续1-2天。
These are just some scenes from different marathons held in China, different cities. Well, people are running in different costumes. Different colors.
Yes, and different distance, also different distance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And to continue our discussion today in the studio, we're now joined by 4 gentlemen. We have Justin.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for joining the show.
Welcome to Crossover. Again, we have Paul from Malaysia. And we have Aries, right?
Yeah.
You're a runner.
Well, runner
and organizer.
Yes.
And we have Yu Jia.
We have
again, our colleague. He's an NBA commentator. Also
a runner.
Running money.
And he runs to work. He runs to office.
Because he doesn't have a car.
That whole story.
Yeah, that's very impressive. Absolutely. Now, to start with, gentlemen, I would like to invite you to use one word, one phrase, one sentence to describe this sport. What is marathon?
Well,
Justin?
Marathon for me is really part of the lifestyle. So I enjoy it. I didn't run marathon every day, but I do run every day. And run normally during weekend, I run outside. Normal days, I run in the gym. I really enjoy it. That's part of my life.
Paul?
One word for it, I would say motivation.
Motivation?
Motivation.
In what sense?
It gave me a lot of energy, it gave me a lot of strength. For the last few years after running marathon, I did what I have not done before. And some even said I even look even younger from before.
Okay. A huge motivation.
A huge motivation.
Right, and
Aris?
Aris?
Well, it's marathon means a lot to me. It's pretty hard to put in one word for it, but if I have to, I would say challenge, because we have to challenge ourselves every day. During the marathon, we have to challenge ourselves every second, but in a good way. So I would put in the word as challenge.
Or you have another word. Business opportunity.
Yeah, that's also a challenge. You know, you have to organize a race or event that's good enough for all the runners, and that's our challenge as well. So.
How have you been organizing, let's say races?
Well, it's about 2 years. That's about the same time actually I start running. So 2 paths same time.
All right. What are the biggest changes that happened to you personally after you started running?
Well, lifestyle, of course. since it's two paths at the same time, it's running is a hobby, and I just enjoy running almost every day. And then doing business in this running or sports industry changed my lifestyle, because basically almost 24 hours except sleeping, my mind is all about
running.
Sports and running.
Running for pleasure or running for business?
Well, pleasure and business can combine.
All right. That's like the perfect lifestyle, right?
Yeah, it seems to be.
Yujia?
If I just use a word to describe this sport, I will use the follow.
Follow.
Yeah. If you just join the sport, just follow your heart, follow your body.
You said marathon seems like, at a glance, seems like it's a group sport, but it's actually about personal accomplishment. So is that why a marathon is so attractive to all of you guys?
In the marathon race, of course, it's individual sports, and you run alone. But for my when I was running my first marathon, I had a strong feeling that, it feels like I disappeared. It disappeared in the crowd. So many people, running together, but everyone is their own star in a way. So everyone has their own goals and have their own ways of enjoying the race. So I would say it is alone, but in other way, you're not alone. So.
Yes, actually, I enjoy the loneliness of the game. I think that's part of the lifestyle. So I like running about 2 hours every weekend.
You don't like talking to people?
Yes and no. So Saturday, I joined the running club. I run with the young girls only.
There is a club?
Yes.
I mean, running, basically, you run by yourself. That's okay, right?
Yeah. So I think there's two parts. One part, I also enjoy running by myself, right?
Yeah.
That's really enjoy. On the other hand, also enjoy join the club, running together. There's a lot of story you can share with each other.
It seems contradictory.
Yes. But it's the same thing, right? You can combine luxury and the business. So you can actually combine the loneliness as well as the enjoyment together.
Well, sounds so philosophical, huh?
Yes, that's a person.
I agree with Justin.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's both. Some days you just like to run alone, especially for training.
Yeah.
But with 30,000 people running a marathon, you just want to get into the whole situation happening, people cheering up you, and you say hi to people next to you, speak a few words.
But it's not like speed races, you're not competing with anybody. You're competing with your personal score, right?
Yeah.
But what about, that's for a real marathon. You have people cheering, watching. But about when it's all about yourself, you're alone running, and it's for that 10 kilometers, there isn't just yourself. And you don't get to talk to anyone, share with anyone, and maybe there are a few moments when you would like to say, okay, maybe let's call it a day.
I did experience that during the earlier marathons.
All right.
Okay, I was a bit struggling, and people were coming saying hi to me, trying to speak. I didn't want to speak too much. Then the more I practice, the more I run, the more comfortable I get into running.
Yeah, I fully agree with Paul, right? So actually, I have 3 stages. So the first stage, when I first started, is really try to stay healthy. So that's first. And second stage, really want to prove myself. I want to set up a small target. I want to share with my friends through Weixin how many medals I have.
Oh, yes.
And I'm now already at the second or the third stage, which is just enjoy myself, enjoy my life. So that's why I actually enjoy more running by myself. 10, 20, just spend 2 hours when the weather's nice, right? Beijing sometimes could be really, really nice.
In the video, we also see some people wearing all these strange costumes. Not,
just a cosplay, huh?
Profit.
Cosplay,
exactly.
Cosplay.
Cosplay. Why do people do that?
Right? People try to express themselves. There's nothing wrong, right? So probably I think they're still at the stage 2. They want to prove themselves. They want to share or a bit of show off. I've done it, I do it. But actually, I don't think the professional runners will enjoy more cosplay, right? So, yeah.
Every time in Tokyo Marathon, you know, there is a guy that act as a Jesus.
Yeah.
A Jesus. And he just carry a cross, run the whole marathon. And we just call him Bro Jesus. Jesus just said, I just want to show myself. Show myself. Anything special? No, nothing special. Just want to show myself.
Yeah.
And he just like what Luisa said. He just for the charity. But if you just want to run for the charity, so much ways, right? So much ways, and he just choose the way of show himself. Yeah. I think that's good.
Have you done anything like that?
Well, no, I haven't. I haven't, but to me, I think marathon is not only a running event. I would more think it's a holiday. It's a holiday of the city.
Carnival,
It's
right?
a carnival, yeah. It's a carnival for all the people, not only the runners. You know.
Even for
Also
it's a
audience
family
spectacle.
event.
Yeah, I think that's what marathon should be. So, you know, with having people expressing themselves is a good thing. So to make it a carnival, to make it a extra holiday for the whole city.
Let's take a break first, and then when we come back, we'll continue our discussion.
And for more information about our show, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook. We'll be right back.
Plus, you have energy, you love running, then, you know, we welcome everyone.
Our club, we have people like close to 70s.
Yeah.
Down all the young people, probably 7 or 8 years old.
The clubs actually do benefit in a way.
And we also have some exchange program with other running club.
I can share the race information, I can share my opinion. You know, there are so many races in China right now.
How do you choose which one is better? Do you... Welcome back to Crossover as we continue our talks about the marathon fever here in China.
Yeah, marathon to different people might mean different things. It might be about overcoming personal limitations, more about
challenging yourself.
Exactly, or realizing personal dreams. It seems so obvious with the increasing number of runners. We are also seeing the increasing number of running clubs, right?
Yeah.
And are you also a member of any running club?
Well, yes, and I mean, running is by yourself, but I also have a running club, and I really enjoy, you know, people get together, and it's just more fun.
When did you organize that running club?
Well, our running club, it has like many years already, but recent 2 years, I think it gets more popular and popular. And we call my hometown is Qingdao. I live in Qingdao, and it's called Qingdao Duck Running. So we actually run in the night.
All right.
Afterwards.
So it's a night run.
Yeah, night run. Yeah.
Why specifically night?
Well, we got to work, right?
All right, yeah, that's a good reason.
Are there any criteria or standards in joining these running groups?
As long as you have energy, you love running, then, you know, we welcome everyone. And we're not like some other clubs that you actually charge people for annual fee or something. We're totally free.
Do you? Okay.
We're totally free because I think that it's just a platform that we give the service to all the runners. You know, if there's a big marathon in different city, we create a WeChat group or something, and if you want to sign up, if you already signed up, we have a small group within the running club, and some organizers will actually help people, booking the flight, booking the hotel, and so we can go together, and it's just more fun, 200-ish. Yeah.
Justin, what about your club?
Our club is actually one of the biggest one in China.
All right.
We actually more than 1,000 people.
Okay.
In Beijing. In Beijing. The name called the Tiantan Lepao.
So you run in the Temple of Heaven.
Yeah. Every Saturday morning and every Wednesday evening.
Mm-hmm. That's where we shot all these scenes of grandmas and grandpas doing Tai Chi.
Yeah, sure. So we had to compete with them for the same place.
They just divided the world into two parts, right?
Yeah, but interesting, they also sort of join us during the stretching exercise because it's such
nice.
Lovely, and nice photos. It's fun. So our club, we have people like close to 70s.
Yeah.
down all the young people, probably 7 or 8 years old. So again, it's not any profit making, not commercial. People just join together.
I mean, what do you do? I mean, every day with the club, and when you go there, do they organize the running events? Or?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. It's quite similar to the other clubs. We have annual event, annual party. We also have a lot of exchange programs, people helping to each other. We also organize some of the sharing session, like how to avoid injury or how to keep healthy food.
All right.
Right? And we also have some exchange program with other running club across the country. Yeah, for example, last time we invite someone from Hangzhou, Hangmahui,
running
also come in China. Yeah, come and join us. We also have invited our friends from Russia, from Europe.
It's like a social event.
Yeah, it's very social
gather
event.
people together based on interest.
Yeah, so
what is the experience like to be running together with, say, members of a club or running by yourself?
With the club, basically, most of the running session starts with a proper warm-up. You have a proper person teach you the basic.
More professional.
More professional, and then they basically share a bit of this and that about running, and then you run for an hour or an hour and a half, and then you come back, you gather around, you have a proper warm-down session, and then, it's like it's a little bit organized, it's more professional. You get the whole experience thingy, and then you get to push yourself for the next session. What's coming up next? Yeah, and then people around you again. I'm going for this marathon next week. Next month I'm going for that marathon.
Peer pressure.
Yeah, and then you go home. Should I?
Yuja also has a running group as well.
Yeah, I have organized a running crew named Andrew Running Crew. Just a plus and U, the letter U.
Yeah.
I just organized by the end of 2013.
Okay.
I just run for a long time, and some of my friends just want to say, hey, can you organize a running crew? We also we always just run in at that time the Olympic Park, and always on Sunday morning. And why not we just organize a crew? At the beginning of that, we have 4 people, only 4 people. We are good friends, and our couple just a good friend too. And just say, okay, 4 people, that's okay. And 4 people to 8 people to 10 people, and now just 20 runners in my running crew.
Okay. So we have so many clubs, so many clubs for different groups of people. Why do we need these clubs? What do these clubs do for all these runners?
But there's a couple of things. Before I actually joined the Tiantan Club, I've been running for over 10 years. But I only do 5, 10.
Because you didn't want to go further, or you couldn't?
I didn't want to. Because I really enjoy my 5, I enjoy my 10. Right? Because I think probably that's the maximum I can do. Until I joined that club, then the club actually provides you a platform. People start to exchange. Then sooner or later you feel the peer pressure. Okay, I'm 70 years old, I'm still running half marathon. Okay, probably I should do it. So 3 months later, I start my first marathon.
The running groups also acts like a motivation for individual runners.
Correct.
And speaking of running groups, we actually have a video of Yuja's running group, right? We shot a video. Let's take a look.
那我们实际上还是想通过这种训练营的方式来推动更多的人也热爱跑步运动，并且以一个正确的和科学的方式来参与到这个跑步事业当中来。集中在一起的训练，主要目的是为了带大家做一些平常做不了的训练。 那可能有教练的带动，或者说教练的这种指引，他做得更标准，或者说是他做得更正确一些。那平常的训练计划，我们主要是教大家怎么样去把一个跑量控制住，做一个科学的，我今天跑长距离，明天跑一个相对短的距离，来够让你保持自己竞技状态也好，你的竞技水平也好，起到这个作用。
通过线上的软件的记录，把那些想跑步的人、在跑步的人和跑得很好的人集中起来，形成一个网上的社区，然后呢，找到他们共同的爱好，把他们引到线下去参与跑步活动、参与跑步培训。最重要的是要告诉别人一个健康的、正确的跑步的方式方法，营养的摄入的方法，放松拉伸的方法。然后跑步一定不是天天练就是好的，然后跑步也不是说跑得越长越快就是好的。其实跑步更多是一种自我生活方式的选择。
就我之前跑步的时候，经常会有一些就是这种小伤，比如说这个膝盖不太舒服啊，比如说这个足底筋膜炎啊。然后这个伤病其实是因为我用了不正确的跑步的姿势，然后导致就是我的身体其实可能承受不了我这种错误。就虽然我现在可能还是不是最正确的，但我觉得是我正在往这个正确的姿势的这个方向上努力。有1年多的时间，我基本上没有说再出现过以前的这种伤病。
其实上周我才来第1次咱们这个训练营，但是来了以后，我发现我的心情都豁然开朗了，然后整个人的状态也变得非常的好。大家一起来训练的时候，会跟自己就是强迫自己的那种状态是不一样的。在这个训练营里，我们会很愉快，然后也学到了很多专业的动作。
正常的摆臂，保持自己两边摆臂的幅度一样。
Peer pressure or peer motivation, that's one reason, and training.
Oh yes, training is. So it's sad every time you read from someone fell down or even die at the last kilometers of the marathon. Right?
Oh yes. So even for professional runners, right?
Yeah,
it happened.
I think it's quite sad, but there could be a lot of reasons. Right? I think one of the reasons is probably they are not proper trained. Right? So if you join a running club, so you will have someone, a coach or someone more experienced to share their experience. You have a more proper training. And I truly believe if you're not proper trained, you should never try even half marathon. That's not responsible for yourself, not responsible for your family, and not responsible for the whole marathon as an event.
Paul? Imagine one day you're in one of the clubs, and what do you think is the biggest benefit you could gain from joining, say, one of the clubs?
It's that at the beginning of the club, I move on to a senior member of the club. There most probably will be juniors coming into the club. You get to pass down your experience to the next person. And basically, new runners will be coming in.
Being a part of it.
Being part of it. So you get to pass down what others have passed down to you. It's basically knowledge passing. Teach people what is the proper way of running. To avoid any unwanted incidents.
But to the organizers of that, it's totally free. It's not commercially designed. So what's the point of doing it?
So how do you
exactly? How do you sustain yourself?
How do you sustain your business?
In my opinion, I really think that running club is actually like a society. And people, in the society, people live there. But in running club, we run together. We do things together, and different people have different advantage, and the different ways of life. So we all can share what we can do in this society, and to let everyone to benefit from each other. To be better. And one thing I really want to point out is what Paul just mentioned is we can pass down the experience. A lot of beginners, they don't know how to run. They say, hey, you can run full marathon. Let me try 5K. And they hurt their knee. They hurt their muscle. They don't know they should stretch before running, and they don't know how to stretch. But if you are in a running club, if you come here, we have a lot of experienced runners, and we pass the experience to them, and to prevent the things like injuries, like
And as a founder of the club, do you say collaborate with say other marathons so you can introduce the marathon to your group?
Yeah, that's also another important thing.
One of the services.
You know, not everyone have all the information, but you know, as an organizer, as someone that's in this industry, and I almost have all the information, you know, before everyone, and I can share the race information. I can share my opinion. You know, there are so many races in China right now.
How do you choose which one is better?
Well, you know, I have my own opinions. I can share with them, and I think most of my club members, they trust me because I organize a lot of events and races. I kind of can predict if this race is going to be good or not. So,
but do you also offer services like that? In your club?
Maybe different. We just use an app named Joy Run. The Joy Run, everyone is familiar with that, right? The Joy Run to have the announcement and organize people just to join that every Saturday, and it's free. It's free. We just want so much people can join us, and we can, our coach, to tell them what is the exact running style and running gesture and running choice, just like that.
So different groups might have different activities, right, for different members.
When you get to know someone is going to the same marathon, you can arrange your accommodation ahead, because I remember early days I was running the Xiamen marathon. I didn't have anyone with me. So a week before the marathon, I start the conventional way, calling the hotel from the internet service. All booked, all booked, all booked. I remember 18 calls. I didn't get it right. All booked. Then sooner or later, I get to know members from other clubs, and then
all booked by them.
You get to hope on and join them. You save your accommodation. Everything is kind of smooth. The clubs actually do benefit in a way.
Okay, we'll take another break. When we'll come back, we'll continue our discussion.
For more information about Crossover, make sure you check out our Instagram and our Facebook. We'll be right back.
I think the most important piece probably is you win the lucky draw.
30,000 people at the same spot. How do you solve this problem? I feel so happy I actually stopped walking and, you know, high five with everyone.
I just have so good imagination before that. I said maybe polar bear and the Ice Age.
Welcome back to Crossover.
Indeed, welcome back to Crossover. Now, let's move on and continue our discussion, but this time from the perspective of organizing. I mean, marathon is not like, you know, a table tennis game or a tennis game or NBA, not NBA, CBA.
So much.
The marathon, it's, I don't know how many people participating in one at thousands of people, right? Hundreds of thousands even. Organizing an event like that must be extremely tough. I mean, you guys have all run marathons of different places. Any marathons that impressed you the most?
Well, for me, I didn't run as many of the others. Right? You know, probably Yuja is more to say.
Which one do you remember the
one
first?
I enjoy most is the Singapore Stand Charter one. Yeah, it's very well organized. I think the most important piece probably is you don't need to win the lucky draw.
Okay,
So
if you
can
apply,
attend,
you get that.
you can
Yes,
attend.
you apply. I applied at the last minute. I was sent by the company as a business trip. I was there. I just found out there is a running event, and
you just went there.
Yeah, I just went there, and you can walk in, pay the fee,
and you can just be part of it.
And it's a big surprise because it's so well organized that I really enjoy. And
when you say so well organized, what do you mean?
There's a few things. First, it is they provide the free shuttle bus. You pick up from your wherever your hotel. You can, and the shuttle bus is free.
Okay.
So you don't need, and they send you also back. And when you check in your bag, and you don't have that many people, and also they put people into different group. depends on your record, personal record, your speed. Good. The one I think in China, I don't feel is most of the marathon in China, you actually run together. Like the Beijing one, right? Sure, I have to wait like 15 or 20 minutes before I even can start.
Because so many people.
Can I even
right?
leave the Tiananmen Square? You know,
Yeah.
so it's so frustrated. It's so frustrating, right? So
Are there any limitations in terms of how many people can participate?
Yes.
Well, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
usually, yes.
For different marathons.
Yeah, correct. Normally, I think I think the biggest run is like 60,000.
60,000, maybe 60,000.
Biggest one in China is the Hong Kong one. They have 73,000 because
73,
I think Hong Kong is the only big marathon that actually have the different group running out.
Yeah.
So that's like the best one. Is there is there a worse one?
The worst one, I think I won't name particular one, but it's happening in Beijing.
Okay.
So you have to queue up and checking.
Yeah.
But I think the difficult problem is check out. I have to check out after you finish your run.
Race, right?
You try to get back your bag. You have to wait like 45 minutes. After you're done, and it's so freezing cold. You have to wait outside. And then the other thing challenging you have is you have to queue up like 45 minutes just for a toilet.
We have a great picture for that. Take a look. Take a look.
We do.
Wow. I remember
Is this during the marathon?
That's
in the beginning.
But is that the problem that all marathons are confronted?
Yeah, well, yes. The toilet thing, that problem is common problem for all the marathons, and it's hard to solve. To be honest, as an organizer, it's very hard to solve. Thinking about this, for a big marathon, 30,000 people at the same spot, how do you solve this problem? It is very tough, but there always going to be a way. I would say Chongqing is pretty good, Shanghai is pretty good, Hong Kong is pretty good.
Okay.
They have different.
Good in what way?
It's beside the river, and there's
so
no
the
slopes at all.
Quite
The view is important, and view is good in Chongqing.
And then move to Hong Kong. One thing I really like about Hong Kong is for the last 3 or 4K, you actually run in the core of the city. You're running through the buildings. That's what Hong Kong is, right? Tall buildings.
It's more about the view.
Right. And also people get to the get to the street. The citizen.
So you have a crowd. You have a crowd cheering.
That's right.
You. That's also another.
And
reason
it's kind of like a volunteer, but it's really high energy, and I feel so happy. I actually stopped walking and high five with everyone.
I feel really good. I can imagine.
It's really loud. People start screaming at you
and cheering
in a good
for
way.
you,
In a good way.
It's not running lonely anymore.
Right. And it combined the culture of the city with the marathon. I think it's important, and it's in the core area of the Hong Kong. So that's.
In your opinion, do you think we should have smaller marathons?
I do think so, yes.
Athens was good. It gets matured every year. So that's how organizers learn from their mistake, how to improve. So Athens has learned from many years. So it was a very smooth marathon. Everyone came from how you keep your baggages, how you receive them back, how toilets are prepared, banners, numberings, and your finishing lines, direction, people greeting, how they point you ways, volunteer. It was very mature. And in China, my most happening was Lanzhou. Lanzhou, the whole citizens came out, and I remember that because the Kenyan and the Ethiopians were running very far ahead, so they thought I was part of them.
You look like that.
So I was running very slow, and then they were shouting in China, "Hey, 人加油! Hey, 人加油!"
What about yourself?
Out of China, the most impressive, I think, is Polar Circle. So cold, and I just have so good imagination before that. I said maybe polar bear and the ice age. Wow, so fantastic. But finally, I just only find dogs on the island. That's very, you know, my wife say, hey, just post the postcard for me. I say, okay. I didn't find any postcard.
Okay. I mean, in a place like that, what do you expect the organizing committee to do? Basically,
the hot chocolate
environment is like
hot chocolate. Hot chocolate, only hot chocolate.
Okay.
The best memory of my marathon career, I think, last year's Beijing marathon. My crew member, Miss Jojo, she once been the Kid channel's TV anchor, and that was her first marathon.
All right.
I'm her personal pacer, and we just took a baby car to have a internet live broadcasting.
Wow.
The whole way, 6 hours, more than 20,000 people just watching that.
So when it comes back to the organizing, so if you are a runner, if you are going to run in one marathon, what do you expect them to do? In what way?
Well, there's a few things from my point of view. First is the information. So
information
about the course itself. So what course, what time, the logistic, which hotel, and that's very important for me. The other thing important for me is the planning. Right, I need to plan like a few months before.
Yes.
Whether, particularly in the China event, whether I win the lucky draw or not, because I need to train for the course, right? So that's important. And the third one is, I think the experience is really. If we have a running club, so it would be good is who's actually go together with me. Yeah. So I think the last but not least one is really the after event service. So again, using the Singapore example last year, is they actually have a lot of, you can take the photo, you have your personal record,
keep the memory.
There's you can actually download your digital photos. You can, so it's a lot of after event service. Yeah, it's not free, but it's a very good memory.
I think that basically these days is that when you have such a huge amount of people running, for medical wise, you need stations.
Medical,
which is very important. These days you have a term. They have this
AEDs.
AED station. You have a super bus, a bus that once you reach 20, you say, okay, I'm enough. Okay, so you can get onto the bus. So they will pull you directly back to the. So they don't keep you waiting there. So all this, and then supplies. You have, let's say, 40,000 people running, and basically the first 20 fastest runner drank all the water. And what will the slowest runners do? Slowest runners suffers a lot. So Beijing Marathon got improved as years goes on. Last year I heard that they provided a lot of toilets along the way. So basically it's a learning process for the organizer. You make mistakes, you improve that on the following years.
From the time that runner actually know your event, I think that's the time I am responsible for them. So this whole time period, including everything they just said, and training, accommodation, everything. There's too many details. And I actually think marathon is not that hard because you just follow the routines, right? And those things they mentioned. And our biggest challenge organizing a race is the ultra trail race. I think that's way more difficult than organizing a marathon event.
In what sense?
It's a different level. So ultra trail is our game is called Laoshan 100K. It's 100 kilometers with the elevation. So the accumulated elevation is 6,000 meters.
So it's a trail run.
Yeah, it's a trail run, running through the mountains, and most of the roads you don't actually have the roads. It's totally
You have to find a way.
Right, you have to find your own way, and but we do have those signs. So people get lost, people get hurt, people get hungry, people get thirsty. All kinds of things. That's way more challenging than organizing a marathon. But I do believe you can stand in everyone's shoes.
What is the number of participants like?
It's about 2,000 last year in Lashan 100.
It's good. It's real good.
And before you join the marathon, you also have to be qualified, right?
Right. We have the pre-qualification, and we are really, really strict about that.
I'm pretty glad that this year China Marathon Association came up with the ban. You can't transfer your numbers to another person.
That's cheating, right?
Yep.
That's cheating. So this year, what I read is that if they found you cheating in that way, you will be banned.
Last year, the Lashan 100K, they have 0 bad comments, and actually that's our advertisement for this year. Is, I think that's the only ultra trail race right now has 0 bad comments. Like all the forums, all the WeChat groups, anywhere you can't find any single bad comments about the race. So.
We're talking about quality versus quantity of the marathons.
My suggestion, if you want make better future for Chinese marathon, don't rush for the numbers.
This year they're expecting 500 marathons.
Yeah,
well, that's registered.
Rush.
That's registered race.
In China in the year of 2017. Do you think in the future it's going to be more?
Well, I think will be more. Actually, it's like didn't agree with Yuja's comment. I think we should have more. Right? But I think the challenge is we should improve the quality of the event. For example, not many people are aware there are actually a monthly half marathon public park events organized by the Beijing Olympic Committee, which is very nice. The idea is you run at each different park on a monthly basis. There's 12.
Yeah, I think there will be more running place up here. I think so. No problem.
So they limit to 800 people every time. So with 800 many people, right? Smaller group, enjoy, control. You have all this problem like supply, safety, all the toilet. Right? So I think that's probably what Beijing should do or what China should do. Right? You back to why you have a run marathon in the first place. We are not making profit, right? So normally people say, I have more people, it means more money, it means more.
10 years ago, if you want to join a marathon, you look forward, when will the next marathon be? But today, when you look for a marathon, next
which one do I go to?
So basically, this for me is that I look the place, the quality, if I should well spend the money and time for that marathon.
Yeah. So out of all these hundreds of different marathons in China, sometimes even over 10 marathons in one single day.
Yeah.
Do you think in the future we're going to have, say, one Boston Marathon? Or, say, a Singapore Marathon in the future in China?
I guess most bigger marathon are moving towards
there. Yes.
Towards that, yes. It's a city's pride. If Beijing Marathon...
City's pride. You're quite right. You're quite right.
City's pride, city's name card. So you guys are all sure one day it will happen.
It will happen.
It will happen. Definitely, it will happen. No doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. 1.5 billion people, right?
Yeah.
So the only thing we need to do is keep running.
Keep running.
You're quite right. And we should promote this sport to both of you.
Okay.
Maybe we will. Maybe we'll join one day.
You can choose
Mr.
one
G.
okay.
Next time, the ambassador of you.
I'll get to you. Right?
There you go, coastal city.
In Tsinghua, we run together.
You will be next year's EU Marathon's ambassador. I think.
We'll see.
We will see that.
Thank you for watching this edition of Crossover.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye. Only yellow chrysanthemum or any colors, but...
I think all the yellow flowers are kind of...
Not sunflowers, right? Because sunflowers in the West are supposed to...
Throw this away!
Not
this one.
I mean, there's the 20th of May, so it's 5:20. And
which means?
I think I love you forever or something like that. Yeah.